Welcome to the Rundown presented by eXposure Baseball. I am Greg Payne. I'm here with the man, Brandon Turner. Brandon, we got playoffs coming up in high school baseball, but college is still in full swing. As you probably saw, I was up at Tennessee Vanderbilt Sunday. What a fantastic environment that was. So saw some exposure guys there. Some of our current players up there watching the game, but saw guys on the field too. So let's just jump into it and start talking about some college baseball players.
Yeah, this past weekend, you talk about, two really good. I mean, you had the Ole Miss Mississippi State game that was packed out. You had Vanderbilt, Tennessee going at it, packed out. So, it's one of those things that it's really good for college baseball. And, it's one of those things too, that it's long overdue. College baseball is one of the highest revenue driven sports. And now you're starting to see, ESPN and all these other places that are jumping in, and you're able to watch every game every single night. It's changed a lot. The game's growing, which is great. But just to jump into some of our guys here, Hunter Wolf, 7 for 14 for TCU, 2 doubles, home run, 5 RBI. He was actually Big 12 Player of the Week against Oklahoma State. Bryce Hodge, 5 for 13, double, home run, 4 RBIs. Sean Kearney, another really good weekend, 4 for 13, double, 3 RBIs. Riley Black had a really good year. He was 5 for 7, 2 triples, home run, 6 RBIs. Justin Freeman for Lee, which Lee, they came out with another sweep, 5 for 12, double with an RBI. Dylan Standerford, 4 for 11, home run, 2 RBIs. One guy that's went off this year that we hadn't really talked too much about is Brandon Trammell at Tusculum, 5 for 13, triple, home run, 5 RBIs. I think he's up to 15, 16 home runs, something around there this year in the SAC conference. Gunnar Ricketts, really good weekend, 7 for 14, 2 doubles, triple, 3 RBI. For Carson Newman. Jake Wright for Carson Newman continues to other than that one outing, he's really been great all year long. He went 4 innings, gave up just 1 hit, no runs, went over Newberry. Maddox Houghton, 3 for 8 for Lipscomb. Patrick Williams, 4 innings, gave up just 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts against App State for Lipscomb. Evan Russell, I'm sure that you saw, you went up on Sunday, I believe, but the Saturday game.
But I was watching Saturday.
Yeah, you talk about a big performance there. 4 for 8, 4 home runs, 7 RBI against Vanderbilt. Alex Gonzalez, 6 for 11, 2 doubles, triple, 6 RBIs. That's another one, from a Silverdale kid that has had a really good year. For Covenant, he's had a really good career. So really good to see him continuing to do what he always does. Craig Keckley, 2 1/3 innings, scoreless relief, 2 appearances, 4 strikeouts against Air Force. Peyton Wigington, MTSU, 7 innings, just gave up 2 hits. I think I saw he's the 30th overall or 30th player ever to throw a 2-hit shutout at MTSU. Kai Bush, once again, is phenomenal. Went 7 innings, gave up just 1 earned run, 2 hits, 13 strikeouts. Paul Comastek, somebody we talked about last week, another good weekend, 5 for 12, home run, 3 RBI. Casey Hare, 3 for 8, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs from Milligan. Jerry Hammonds, Walter State's now off to 42-2 record here, but he went 9 for 19, 3 home runs, double, 8 RBI. Matthew Ellis, 4 for 13. Cam Chick, 5 for 13 on the weekend with 2 doubles, 4 RBI. And then Ryan Lee, a really good weekend, 3 for 11, 2 home run, 5 RBI for Union. So, like we talk about every week, there's new names, same names. But once again, it's good to see a lot of our guys having a lot of success.
Yeah, this is great. Let me add to about Riley Black there at Lee. So Riley, as you know better than me, he was kind of the man for Travis up there, Bradley, and played anywhere, pitched, he did whatever you needed him to do. And for the same thing in the summers, he didn't really have a position. He played all positions. But, Lee's catcher quit. Their senior catcher, for golly, he quit. And Riley's catching. Here's a true freshman catching that staff, which is very impressive. I mean, Workman's the #1 prospect in D2.
Right.
I don't know that I didn't even realize that. TP and I were talking about it. That's very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of those guys too that he that's kind of his MO. Like, you just throw him in an uncomfortable position, uncomfortable spot, and he performs. He's and heck, Lee's, I think, whatever, 30-2 or something, 30-3 or 30-4 or something like that.
Something crazy.
And he's a big reason they were able to get off to that start. So he and like he was in high school, you could throw him in there and he could pitch. He could flip the breaking ball for a strike, and he's not a pitcher. So I mean, I think like we talk about a lot. I think he's the definition of a baseball player, and it's good to see him having a lot of success here.
Absolutely.
At the next level for sure.
Yeah, that's great. So I'm proud of him. Great, again, back to the great family, great kid, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so not that we ever want to take that for granted, but man, it is the common denominator, right? We always talk
every
about
time.
it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to high school. I know that Georgia starts playoffs next week. Tennessee, I know that Baylor McCallie play next week, and those two teams are wildly successful this year. So we got some fun matchups coming up, some big matchups, but let's talk about some individuals.
Yeah. Just the last couple of days, Hudson Luterman, he had a home run on Monday. He was 2 for 2 last night for Knox Catholic against Baylor. Baylor swept them, but Luterman he played really well. Bryce Burkey up at Farragut's been unbelievable. He was 4 for 4 last night. 2 runs scored. Farragut won, I think, 7-6. Carson Yates, 2 for 3, 2 doubles for Baylor. Wake Forest signee Danny Corona was 2 for 4 with a double RBI last night. I think the night before he was 4 for 8, had 2 doubles in that game. 2021 South Carolina signee Cooper Kenny does what he does. He was 2 for 3 last night, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. The night before he was 7 for 8 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles. So he keeps proving that he's one of the best hitters. Not necessarily. I'm going to say in our area. I'm not even going to say in the state, but in the entire country. But 2021 Western Carolina signee Caden Rector, he's starting to get it really rolling here. 2 for 4 with a home run, 5 RBI last night for Bearden. Cooper Jones threw it really well. Complete game, struck out 11, gave up 0 runs for Boyd Buchanan. Once again, Hudson Luterman's one that continues to make big strides and keeps having a lot of success here. Hudson Couch, 2 for 4, triple, double, 3 RBI for Ridgeland. Luke Johnson, one of your guys last summer, he had a home run last night. He had a home run the night before. Good to see him. He's one of those guys that he can be streaky at times, but when he gets rolling, he really gets rolling. So it's good to see him on a tear here. Tyson Merritt, 2 for 3, double for Gibbs. They won the regular season championship. One that I want to make sure I bring up is Riley Byers. They got beat by Pigeon Forge on Monday, 2-0, but he was phenomenal for Gibbs. He's one of those guys that keeps getting better and better, and that's really good to see. Caleb Hampton added a home run the other night. Lipscomb commit Hayden Frank, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs for McMahon. MTSU commit Patrick Johnson, one of your guys, continues to have a really good year. Went 6 innings, just gave up 3 hits, struck out 12. Elijah Gallion, another one, ETSU signee, 3 for 4, double, home run, 5 RBI. Connor Tackett, staying hot, 3 for 4, 2 RBI, 2 runs. Hey, and if you hear anything right now, it's my son. He's over here. Hey, Beckham, you got to be quiet. Trying to control him today when my wife's working. Connor Martin, 7 scoreless innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. Vito Valencias, 4 for 6 on Tuesday. Cooper Jones, he swung it well the other night. Blake Hell, he's getting it rolling, 2 home runs the other night. So again, a lot of guys that are doing really well. Nolan Sargent, Brody Johnston, a lot of 2024s that are making big strides. Perry Griffin, Jacob Pickett, some 2022s having really good starts here. But like I said, we got a lot of guys. We can't cover them all, but got a lot of guys having a lot of success right now.
That's right. Let's you mentioned Carson. Let's talk about his commitment. He committed this I guess this past week. He committed, Carson Yates.
Yep. That was good to see. You know, he's extremely projectable, talented kid, and you know, I think that he's going to keep getting better and better. And I think, you know, he could go to MTSU, and you know, depending on, you know, the strides that he makes, I could see him being not just a really good player for him, but you know, a phenomenal player. So yeah, happy for him. He deserved that.
I agree. He's got all the tools. I mean, he really does. He's he can't help, you know, who his dad is, but that's all.
Yeah,
it's all
right.
good. You know, his dad was a left-handed catcher for me when my first coaching job. He's a left-handed catcher, and I told him, I said, you're not going to play catcher, and he was the best catcher I had.
Yeah.
And he said, but coach, I'm a good catcher. I said, I don't care. You're never going to play there. You're never going to play there. You're not going to catch.
Yeah.
So anyway, congratulations to that family. Let's also staying with Baylor there. Let's talk about a guy that probably nobody's heard of, Cooper Kenny. Have you ever heard of, you know, you mentioned him, but he doesn't get much publicity or success. So we probably need to talk about him a little bit.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that, you know, he continues to, he's a cage rat. He's one of those guys. He's always going to be in the cage. Yeah. He's always going to work. He's always going to put the time in. And, you know, I get it. He's got God-given talent. We all know that. But what he separates himself with is the fact that the effort, the extra work, all that stuff that he puts into it. And it's really just the perfect storm, I guess you could say. And he's had an unbelievable year. He's getting a lot of pro interest. You know, he's committed to sign with South Carolina. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening and, you know, what he ends up deciding to do. But he's getting a lot of heat here, you know, from pro scouts. I get texts every night about, you know, how's he been doing? You know, do you have any video? I'm going to get out, you know, in the next couple of days to see him. So yeah, he's got a lot of buzz right now. Him and Danny Corona are getting a lot of attention there at Baylor. So excited for both of them for sure.
Just such an extremely grounded kid, too. You would never know that he's as good as he is just in talking to him. One, because he just doesn't project that. Two, like you said, he works his rear end off. It's not like God just said, all right, we were going to make Cooper a good baseball player, a good hitter. It's not what happened. I mean, God gave him talent, of course, but Cooper's really worked on it. I mean, he works tirelessly. And again, back to the whole, what a great family, you know, same with Carson, same with Cooper, great family. It's just the common denominator we always talk about.
For sure. Yeah. You know, it's one of those things where I think that he regardless of which the direction he goes when he's going to have a lot of success, regardless if that's college or pro. Just because at the end of the day, if you can hit, you can hit, and you know they'll find a spot for you. They'll find somewhere to put you. And I think that he's setting himself up here to be a star either at South Carolina or in professional baseball. And we talk about it a lot. He's one of those kids that deserves it. He's earned it, and extremely happy for him.
Absolutely. Well, despite the cold weather, it is still a huge time in the baseball seasons for both college and high school, and I'm excited to see what's coming up this next week. So, Brandon, thanks for your time. Is there anything that I left out that you need to throw in there?
No, it's like I said, I've got my son over here basically torturing me here. So the quicker this is over, probably the better before it gets really out of control here. But no, go ahead.
Go ahead. But the best part about this is that everybody knows you in a different way, and to see you struggling as a dad it's the best thing in this whole podcast.
Yeah, it's one of those things too where everybody, all my buddies and stuff, they see me as a dad, and it's one of those who the heck are you? It's definitely a different side of me. I got to make sure I have a lot more patience with my kids than I do in the summer. Yeah. So But yeah, like I said, it's the quicker this one got over, probably the better. I told my wife before I came up here and to do this, I said, we're gonna have to make this one a quick one.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time. This has been the rundown with Exposure Baseball for Brandon Turner, the struggling father. This is Greg Payne. Everybody have a great week.